The battle is in the mind, but the victory, that's in your hand. Think positive, live happy. Your mindset shapes your reality. Your thoughts build the framework of your future. Truque. Positive thinking is a discipline, not a denial of reality. 3, gratitude shifts your atmosphere and activates joy. 4, what you dwell on determines what you attract. 5, your words have power. Speak life over your future. 6, your mindset determines your emotional resilience. 7, faith-based thinking overcomes fear-based living. 8, a transformed mind leads to a transformed life. Peace is a byproduct of focused, faith-driven thinking. 10, God honors the mindset that expects his goodness. On introduction, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how two people can go through the same experience yet walk away with entirely different outcomes? One crumbles, the other rises. One sinks into despair, the other soars in faith. The difference isn't the event, the difference is the mindset. Because your mindset doesn't just interpret your reality, it creates it. We live in a world that's constantly throwing noise at us: negativity, fear, criticism, disappointment. And if we're not careful, we'll start letting the outside world shape our inner world. But what if I told you that happiness isn't something you find? It's something you train your mind to see. That peace isn't the absence of problems, but the presence of the right perspective. Today's message isn't just about positive thinking for the sake of feeling good. It's about understanding the spiritual and mental authority you carry over your life when you take control of your thoughts. This is a mindset revolution, a shift from fear to faith, from reaction to intention, from confusion to clarity. If you can learn to think differently, you will live differently. If you can guard your thoughts, you can build your joy. If you can renew your mind, you can rewrite your future. So buckle up, because over the next hour, we are going to uncover how your mindset shapes your reality and how choosing positivity can unlock the happiness you've been searching for. Part 1, your thoughts build the framework of your future. Everything begins with a thought. Every invention, every movement, every dream, every downfall, thoughts are not passive. They're powerful. They're the architects of your future. Scripture says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. That means your internal world eventually becomes your external experience. If your thoughts are constantly focused on lack, you'll see limitations everywhere. If your thoughts are rooted in fear, you'll be paralyzed by every challenge. But if your thoughts are centered on hope, possibility, and purpose, you will begin to attract opportunities, solutions, and the strength to rise above your circumstances. You cannot expect a victorious life with a defeated mindset. That's like expecting to harvest apples when you're planting thorns. Your future is being written by your present thoughts. And here's the good news: you don't have to believe every thought that enters your mind. You can challenge it. You can replace it. You can train your thoughts to align with your destiny. Part 2, positive thinking is a discipline. Let's get one thing straight. Positive thinking is not pretending everything is perfect. It's refusing to be dominated by what's broken. Too many people reject positivity because they think it's naive or unrealistic. But real positivity is gritty. It's a decision to see beyond the storm. It's the strength to speak peace when chaos is all around you. It's the faith to believe that what's ahead of you is greater than what is behind you. Positive thinking isn't a personality trait. It's a spiritual discipline. It's a daily practice of capturing every negative thought and replacing it with truth. You have to be intentional. You have to fight for your mindset. You have to discipline your thoughts like an athlete trains their body. The world will give you 1,000 reasons to complain, but your joy depends on your decision to rise above it. Positive thinking doesn't deny pain. It just refuses to be defined by it. Part 3, gratitude shifts the atmosphere. If you want to change the emotional atmosphere of your life, start with gratitude. Gratitude is the gateway to joy. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present. It multiplies what you celebrate, and it opens your heart to receive more of what you're thankful for. You see, the brain is wired to look for threats and problems. That's how we survived. But gratitude rewires the brain to look for good, And in doing so, it brings peace, calm, and a sense of fulfillment. Gratitude doesn't mean you ignore your challenges. It means you refuse to let your challenges blind you from your blessings. When you begin to practice daily gratitude, when you start thanking God for breath in your lungs, for strength in your body, for grace over your life, you'll notice a shift, a peace, a joy that's not tied to your circumstances, but tied to your awareness. Gratitude changes your perspective, and your perspective determines your experience. Part 4. What you dwell on, you impact. Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you give your mental energy to becomes larger in your life. If you dwell on offense, you'll be consumed by bitterness. If you dwell on fear, you'll live in anxiety. But if you dwell on truth, beauty, and possibility, you empower peace and progress. The enemy doesn't have to destroy you. He just needs to distract you. If he can keep your thoughts wrapped around what went wrong, what you don't have, or who hurt you, he can keep you from your future. You must learn to focus your mind like a laser. What do you want to see more of in your life? Then focus on that. Think about that. Speak about that. Obsess over that. Because what you meditate on will manifest. Your mind is not a playground for negativity. It's a battlefield. And the one who controls the thoughts controls the outcome. Part 5. Your words have power. Your words are not just sounds, they are seeds. And your life is a harvest of the words you've spoken. If you want a joyful life, you can't keep speaking defeat. If you want a strong mindset, you can't keep reinforcing weakness. The tongue is small, but it steers the ship. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Start declaring what you want to see, not just what you feel. Wake up and say, today I choose peace. I choose strength. I choose purpose. Speak life over your family, your finances, your mind, your future. Because when your words align with truth, they become weapons against fear and discouragement. And don't just speak to others. Speak to yourself. Encourage yourself in the mirror. Remind yourself who you are and whose you are. Don't wait for the world to validate you. Speak your own truth and watch your life rise to the level of your declaration. Part 6. Mindset builds emotional resilience. Life will test you. That's a guarantee. But how you respond depends on the strength of your mindset. A positive mindset doesn't prevent pain. It prepares you for it. It equips you to navigate storms without losing your peace. It allows you to bounce back from failure without losing your fire. Resilience isn't about being unaffected. It's about being unmoved in the face of trouble. It's about having an inner strength that doesn't come from your circumstances, but from your convictions. When your mindset is rooted in truth and positivity, you become unshakable. Yes, you'll feel the winds. Yes, you'll take some hits, but you won't fall apart because your mind is anchored in hope. Build a mindset that doesn't break under pressure. Train your emotions to follow your values, not your circumstances. Part 7. Faith-based thinking overcomes fear. Fear is not just an emotion, it's a mindset. And the only way to overcome it is to replace it with something stronger, faith. Faith-based thinking says, I don't have to see it to believe it. It believes in possibilities even when the facts say otherwise. It walks by vision, not by sight. The world is filled with fear-based messages. But you don't have to live in that cycle. You can choose to build your thoughts on what is eternal, unshakable, and true. You can choose to believe that God is for you, that your best days are ahead, and that even setbacks are setups for a greater comeback. Faith elevates your thoughts to a higher level. It's not about ignoring reality, it's about choosing a greater reality. Part 8, renew your mind, transform your life. The greatest transformation in life doesn't start with behavior. It starts with belief. Renewing your mind means exchanging lies for truth, fear for faith, and hopelessness for vision. It means no longer thinking like a victim, but like a victor. It means deciding that the past is not your identity and your circumstances don't determine your value. Transformation happens when you reprogram your thoughts to match your purpose, when you stop reacting and start creating, when you choose to focus not on what the world says, but on what your Creator said. You don't need a new life. You need a new lens. Change the way you see, and your reality will shift. Part 9, peace follows focus. Peace isn't something you stumble into. It's something you create by what you choose to focus on. If your mind is always fixed on what's going wrong, peace will feel like a distant dream. But if you fix your mind on truth, on purpose, on God's promises, peace becomes your default setting. The enemy wants you distracted because a distracted mind is a disturbed mind. But when your focus is anchored in hope, gratitude, and faith, peace floods your soul like a river. Peace is not the absence of noise. It's the presence of focus. Part 10, expect God's goodness. What you expect determines what you experience. And when you expect God's goodness, you begin to see it everywhere. You have to train your mind to expect favor, expect breakthrough, expect divine appointments. Not because life is perfect, but because God is present. A positive mindset isn't just psychology, it's theology. It's saying, because God is for me, nothing can be against me. When you wake up expecting pain, you see problems. When you wake up expecting grace, you see miracles. Start each day with expectation, not fear, because what you expect, you invite. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not defined by what happened to you. You have the power to change everything by changing the way you think. You are powerful. You are purposeful. You are created for more. So speak like it. Think like it. Live like it. Think positive. Live happy, because your mindset shapes your reality, and your reality will never rise above your thoughts. So raise your thoughts and watch your life follow. The battle is in the mind, but the victory, that's in your hand. You don't have to have it all together. You just have to start. Start choosing positive thoughts, even when it's hard. Start speaking life, even when you're tired. Start believing that your mindset is not a weakness. It's your greatest weapon. The world may not change overnight, but when your mindset shifts, your reality follows. And soon people won't just see a change in you, they'll want to know where it came from. And you'll tell them, it started in my mind when I decided to think positive and live happy. Your thoughts are not just words in your mind, they are seeds. And every seed has a future in it.